there folks, nice day to come out in the woods, and so I thought I'd come out and I'd bring my pack, my bag, and show you what I've got inside. Yeah, it's actually just a bag for coming out in the day. If I was to be out overnight I would take a bigger bag and more things. This is just something that gives me a little bit of comfort, and if I do happen to get stuck outside or swept away by some situation, then I feel safe. This is a lap sack that's convertible into a rucksack. The idea with this bag is that I can go into the city and I'm not too intimidated. So with a lap sack you can sling it around the front as well, and stops people being able to get into it and stuff. So the main thing about carrying a bag, other than books and chocolate, the main things I've got is just a watering can. Watering can. I'll just lower this down a little bit. So I carry a can of water, a little sandwich box, aluminium, and a metal cup. Inside the metal cup I've got some tea and coffee and drinks, and I've got here, maybe you're familiar with, a small homemade methylated spirit stove, which I like. It's good for like in the woods, and I've got the rest of that in there. So if I'm out in a place in the woods or in the city where you can't build a fire, or you want to just make a quick drink or filter some water, that's quite easy to set up. And so I've got enough methylated spirits there for 2 cups of tea for 2 people. There's enough there for 4 cups of tea altogether. So yeah, obviously water's the water is and the metal cup is a really important thing, because with the metal cup I can put it on a fire. I don't need the watering can. I can actually collect that straight out of the river, stick it on hot coals, and my metal cup's solid, and it's got a nice little cow on the front. Obviously several knives, one of which is a classic Mora. That's a nice all-round knife. And a rain jacket, which you can use as a pillow or as some protection from the rain. And then I have this bag, which it's basically got everything in it that I need. If I wanted to clip that off, I've got all my official papers and maps and some money and cards and things. So this is good just to take out of this bag and clip on my belt if I needed to leave this bag anywhere. But generally this comes with me from, you know, even from room to room within a house, because I've got a lot of things in there that I always need. Carry this bit of bedroll to make it nice to sit on. It doesn't weigh anything, and this bit of wooden board, and I haven't seen anybody actually carry a really just thin bit of cross ply. And initially I made it just to write on, but I found you can use it for wafting a fire. You can sit on it if it's too stony. You can dig with it. There's loads of things. I haven't thought about all the things you could do with that, but it's really nice as a little board to take around, you know, cutting board. So that's the main items that I like to carry with me. On the outside here I've got a saw, which is very useful, and another knife. Now again, with the philosophy of urban survival in the city, I've got one of these Opinels. Got given it as a present. Lovely little knife, really sharp and really good for me with this cutting board as a cutting knife, a kitchen knife. But it can be used for anything. So this is the one I like to keep for you know, cutting bread and making food. and this one I'll use for building shelters and cutting everything else, string, and then I have a third knife on me, which is just this cheap plasticky knife. It's got one of these serrated blades on it, and it's pretty plasticky and cheap, but it's the thing I use for hitting it with sticks. You know, you can get a nice stick and hit that, and I don't care about breaking that one. So I've got pens and things and writing books, all good stuff. What else have I got in here? Survival blanket, emergency blanket, standard type of thing. Some cordage, matches, another torch, wind up one. A little wooden pipe that I made myself, so I can have a nice little smoke with my cup of tea. Candles. I got a little bag full of all sorts of little things, emergency kit, guitar strings, tweezers, all kinds of little things like that. I could probably show in another video with better light. And I've got in the back here, I've got some maps. This one's just a big road map, so that if I did get on the road and I wanted to know where I was, I had a map at hand. Now I don't normally carry a mobile phone because I haven't got a mobile phone right now. I've got one, but I can only phone police services on it. So I do take that out when I go out into dangerous places, maybe. But I don't rely on a mobile phone. Of course, in my pockets, I always like to carry several items. Compass, which isn't necessary most of the times if you look at the stars or find the sun. And another little torch on my keyring, which is really good. And then in my pocket, it's fallen out today. Usually keep a fire steel in my pocket and another penknife in my back pocket here. So that's about all really. That's there's a lot of little things to play with, and most of the things are multifunctional. You know, like for example, this is like a little empty coffee thing that I've put honey in, coffee milk thing that I've put honey in. Honey's really good. Every time I've ever got a cut out here or out on the road, I just cleaned it, put some honey over it, and then put a light bandage over the top of that, and it's always healed without any scars whatsoever. Because obviously the honey is antiseptic, it's clean. It's not like sugar, it's not the same kind of thing. And I really recommend having some honey because there's loads of things you can do with it as well. You know, what I think is if I'm in the city or if I'm out with people, I like to have things that increase the quality of life. You know, so honey could be used for healing, could be used to sweeten drinks, or it could be used to put on toast or as a sweet thing. And that's the important thing is about having multi-functions for everything. I'm still not fully equipped, so I will improve the whole thing and probably make another video as a self-incentive. So if you've got any ideas of things that you would take in a like urban, suburban and outdoor day bag, you know, other things that include is USB sticks, power supplies, cables, batteries, cameras, CD-ROMs, CDs and things, all that kind of stuff that you would maybe take into the city but not need in the outdoors as well. Okay, so I'm going to get a cup of tea on and yeah, have a good time. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little presentation thing of my magical bag. Oh yeah, I always keep a neck scarf on there. You can do all kinds of things with that. So, cheerio.